How to turn your website into a lead generating powerhouse. Hi, welcome to today's presentation on how to turn your website into a lead generating powerhouse. Hi everyone, my name is Eddie. I've been doing business online since 1996. I've started and built several web properties, growing one of them to 8 digits turnover in just 5 years with zero advertising spent. I'm a certified trainer and an accredited business coach and consultant. I'm currently offering training and consulting services for companies or individuals looking to establish their own presence online or want to take their business to the next level. I employ the coach, consult, and train approach, which are hugely popular with many business owners. So if you're interested, you can hit me up. Okay, before we begin, would you be interested in knowing how to get up to 250% more conversion to your website with one simple 10-minute strategy? So if you are interested, you can book a Zoom meeting with me. The QR code is on screen. You can scan the QR code. If alternatively, you can use the URL on the screen, or you can send me an email at hey@editio.com and we can take it from there. Okay, let's begin. Okay, your website is actually the headquarters of all your online marketing efforts. So if you do not have a website or your website is really outdated or dated, my recommendation would be for you to relook at it and see, what you probably have been missing a lot of business. Your competitors are laughing at you. I'm very sure they're very happy that you are not either not doing anything about it or letting your website rot. So this is the first thing that most people will find when they search for you online. Whether you like it or not, they'll be searching for you online. Okay, so in fact, between 70 to 80% of all consumers say they research businesses online before buying the products or services. In addition, 38% actually said that they will navigate away from a website if it's poorly designed. Worse, if they cannot find you online, they are going to find your competitors online. Okay, so it's not a good idea to throw together a basic business website that doesn't, help you generate any new leads. So if you are just setting up a website for the sake of setting up a website, my suggestion is for you to relook at it, take a closer look at it, and see compared to your competitors, compared to what other similar websites are out there, and see what you are missing and what they are having and what you're not having. That could be very detrimental to your business activities online. Okay, so your design must be user friendly and intentional. I've also seen websites, that I landed on. I have no idea what they're trying to do. The layout is messy. The information that they're trying to create, I do not know what they're trying to tell me. I have a hard time looking for, product that I'm actually looking for, etc., etc. So your design must be user friendly and intentional. Okay, so with that said, here are some tips to help you out. The quick tips that you can deploy straight away. Number one is to choose the right domain name. We can talk about there are many types of domain name extensions, especially .com, .net, .org, .io, .co, .online, even so many things out there available in the market today. As compared to the time when I first started, it was .com, .net, .org. There was the only they were the only three options available. Today, there are so many options available. You have to by far still .com is still the most popular domain name extensions out there. So if you are serious in getting your business online, .com may be something that you need to consider. I would say if you are not I would try to avoid .net or .org. The experience that I have for these past 26 to 28 years doing business online is that they don't rank so well, regardless of what other people tell you. If I have a .com and you have a .net, I am going to outrank you with the same content, with the same everything. Okay, everything else being equal, I will outrank you. So that is what is going on in the market. So if you want to really establish your presence online, use a .com as much as you can. Of course, if you are a local centric business, example, you are based in Singapore or Malaysia, you may want to have a .sg or a .my or my. So those may be more relevant to you. But if you are intending to do business internationally, I would strongly suggest that you go for a .com. Okay, so it's always surprising how many small businesses choose confusing or difficult to remember domain names. I cannot finish naming them, so I'm not going to even try. So if you are intending to buy or get a domain name, get something that's reflective of your company name, one, or at least reflective of what you're doing, two. So that would be company name versus what you're doing. So if you can't find a company name, go for something that you are doing. So if you can't find either, it's time for you to put on your thinking cap and try to come out with alternatives. Yeah. So, but make sure that example, my domain name that I use for all my marketing purposes would be eddieTeo.com. That's my name. So it's kind of easy. Example, my business name is actually Stack Up Academia. Stack Up Academia, I have the domain name stackupacademia.com. I even have stackup.sg as a backup because I'm based in Singapore. So these are the domain names I will buy. So if you if you need any advice, just hit me up. Send me an email. No obligations. I can share with you what I think or I feel that you should be having. Okay, I would as much as I can avoid hyphens. I also avoid weird spelling versions. It would be easy for me to tell you stackup.com, for example, and you will be able to find out or rather you will be able to type out the domain name yourself. If I were to come out with a weird kind of spelling, like stack up instead of STACKUP, it becomes STACKUUP, for example, just trying to be a variation of something. It's kind of hard for me to share those same domain name over the phone, for example, or when I'm talking to a prospect, for example. Make sure that it's easy to pronounce and the name more or less they'll get what name that you are trying to share with them. So easy to pronounce, easier to decipher for them. So when they want to input into their mobile phone or their even their laptops, browsers, they can find you easily. Yeah. I would also avoid numbers as much as I can. Obviously, there are successful businesses with the something 360, something 365.com, etc., etc. There are successful businesses like them. But if you're trying to give like a 15925, the kind of domain name is going to be very, very hard to remember. 365, the number of days per year. 360, the 360 overall view. 24/7. These are probably the numbers that I will accept, but other than that, no. Okay, so your domain name must be first descriptive of your business, if not talking about your business brand. Easy to type and spell, and skip the dashes and weird abbreviations as much as you can. I have a parent company, Pavia, which I got the domain name pavia.com. No, I lost the domain name pavia.com. I managed to get paviasg.com, which is at least is something close, but no, not too bad. But it's not the preferred one. I would have preferred to get pavia.com. But since it's being cyber squatted, I got no choice, and the guy is demanding huge sum of money for it. I'm not going to pay him for it. Okay, make sure your domain name is easy to remember. That is why single-worded domain names are so premium and so expensive to buy. Okay, so in addition to the name itself, you should also focus on finding a domain name that has got one of the most popular extensions. For me, it's a strict.com. If I'm doing for Singapore business, strict.sg. As short, you want to keep the domain name as short as you can. As short as you can. Okay, so the popular extensions includes .com, .net, .biz, .org, .io, etc. But again, by far, I will as much as possible stick to a .com. Okay, lesser popular options like .info and .us. At one stage, Google was even penalizing on .info. That was like 15 years ago. Because there were too many scammers out there using .info, because the registration for .info was way cheaper than a .com. There are many scammers, spammers out there using .info to spam and scam. So they got a very bad reputation for that. That applies too for .us extensions. So of course, it has evolved. Lesser and lesser scammers are using .info. I'm glad to say. So if you see a .info today, it may not be a scammer as compared to last time. But back then, when we see a .info, we know it's from a scammer or a spammer. Okay, leave dashes and other punctuation out of your domain name. So forget about dash, like abc-123.com. Totally bad domain name. Okay, and if you can, keep it as short as you can. Under 15 characters is ideal, unless you have a strong reason for you to do something otherwise. But we'll keep it, as short as possible. Okay, so however, a lot of shorter domain names aren't available. Of course, all the three-letter domain names, four letters domain names, those are super premium. If you are holding one of them, you're actually holding onto a piece of gold. So you are better off choosing a .com name with a longer root than a shorter name with a lesser common extension. Okay, what that means is that I would prefer to choose, example, apple.com versus apple.io. Okay, see the difference? So when you're sharing with somebody, oh, my website is actually eddie.com. Oh, that'd be fantastic. But I can't, because I lost, eddie.com was registered way back in 1995, if I remember correctly. So when I first started, I had to register the eddie.com. Yeah. So that's the rule of the game. You come in late, you lose the domain name. Okay, so number 2, design a killer homepage. Make sure your homepage is well thought of, well designed, with a proper objective in mind. Always have a proper objective in mind. Okay, in many cases, your homepage will be the first thing a visitor to your website sees, or when they search online. Most of the time, Google will rank your homepage on top of, if they are searching for your brand name, your Google will, most likely than not, rank your homepage to the visitors first, then the sub pages. So make sure your homepage is something that you think of or thought of clearly, and don't overpopulate your homepage. Don't confuse the visitor. So once they visit, make sure that your message comes across clean and clear, and it loads fast. Of course, this will be part of the SEO classes that I run. Okay, so that means it must be clear, attractive, and easy to read and navigate. Don't confuse your visitors. It actually, takes you a lot, or it takes a lot of effort for someone to, for you to get someone to visit your website. So don't lose the potential eyeball. The eyeball can be lost if once they get in, if the website is too slow on loading, or they couldn't understand what you're trying to say, or trying to present and all, they will leave. And if they leave, they are going to look for your competitors. Okay, so if this something that you do not want happen, make sure that you make your homepage clear, attractive, and easy to read and navigate. Okay, so your homepage is like a cover of a book. Just think of it that way. Okay, so it's not going to, it's got to be welcoming and intriguing. So you must have a reason for them to or convince your visitor to stay and explore more. Okay, so you should have a concise and compelling copy that explains who you are and what you do in as short as possible. So in short, if somebody can go into your homepage and find out what you do within like 5 to 10 seconds, you have made it right. Okay, so if you need to be original, oh sorry, you need to be original. Use meaningful images that sells your business. There are many ways to get all those images. The images paints 1,000 words. So if you are bad at writing, maybe if then you may want to use images to represent what you're doing. Okay, so we'll talk more about the call to actions later, but your homepage is definitely needs a clear call to action and have a irresistible offer if you can. The call to action should appear above the fold for the best results. Okay, number 3 is to boost your SEO. A lot of businesses that I've spoke to told me initially before they work with me that SEO is not critical. And once I explain to them why it's critical and what kind of business they are losing out to their competitors, is then that they sit up and realize that, hey, I'm supposed to be doing that kind of business versus what I'm doing now. So boost your SEO, very ultra critical. So if it's been a while since you have researched your keywords and optimized your page, it's time to go back to the drawing board. It's never too late. You may lose the previous few months or years that you have not been looking at your website. Relook at it now. Not too late to get back to the drawing board. Okay, Google changes its search algorithm constantly. In fact, several times per year. Minor changes, probably major changes like once a year, twice, or once every 2 years, they will do their changes. This is to beat scammers and spammers. I am all for it. I love it. I love Google for doing this because it actually levels the playing ground. There are many scammers out there who tells you he can rank for you your keyword, your preferred keyword in like 3 months and all. Most of them are actually employing the gray hat or the black hat techniques, and those will not stay. In Google, very simple. The rule of the thumb is right for your visitors, not Google. That is the rule of the thumb. Okay, yeah, I always share that during my SEO class. Okay, so there are a lot of business sites that has even taken have not taken mobile optimizations seriously. That is cannot be excused today, especially considering that more than 60% of all searches are done on mobile devices. I just completed a project for one of the client, and when I checked the stats, staggering. They actually have 80% mobile users versus 10 to 20% non-mobile devices users. Shocking. So if you are still thinking about or your website are still not optimized for mobile devices, I strongly advise that you take a look at it now. You're losing a lot. Okay, so number 4, optimizing for voice searches should also be a priority. So if you do not understand what it is, Google for it. At least if you're not doing that currently, put it as a strong consideration for your next audit. Yeah, this is something that you need to do. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that choosing the right long tail keywords that are highly focused and specific. Okay, so this one actually, if you are not familiar with voice searches, a lot of people are using voice to search today. Example, when you're driving, and then you search, hey Google, find me the nearest restaurant. There you go. There is a search. Or find me the nearest fried chicken restaurant. Example. Okay. So think about that along that way. along that channel. So when you're creating or doing your website, please think of all these long tail keywords which are hugely focused. Okay, so make sure that the content on your website answers most commonly asked questions about your business and products or services that you provide. So no point having a website which does not tell the visitors what they want to find. Okay, you can also use the schema markup to ensure that it's easy for Google, Bing, and other search engines to scan and index your site. If you're not familiar with schema markups, this is one of the techniques that SEO guys actually use to communicate with the search engines. So in a way, inverted comma communicate. Okay, so number 5, this is telling the visitors what to do. Okay, yeah, it sounds funny, but you need to tell your visitors what to do next. It's as simple as that. So, for example, I have got the best landing page in the world telling the best information of the product that I'm looking for, and I'm so convinced at the end of it, what next for me? Yes, you need to let the visitor know, and you need to tell them to do something. So you need to have call to action. Tell the visitor, oh, to do this. Okay, since you're very, very pleased with all the product offering now, click here to call us, to book an appointment, to view our latest ABC car. Click here to book for your restaurant appointment next, or restaurant visit next. Click here to book for your cosmetic dental surgery appointment, example. Or click here to do something, to do whatever. Okay, so you must have a call to action. Okay, it's usually on the homepage, but a lot of times hidden deep in the website structure. I'm not a big fan of too many call to actions on homepage, but your landing pages with specific products and services definitely will have to have multiple call to actions. Okay, so it may be out of sight. So remember about your call to action. So don't hide it so well that nobody can find it. Make sure it's prominent. You don't have to. It doesn't need to overwhelm the entire site, but it has to be prominent so that visitors can find or see or spot the call to action easily. Okay, so if that's the case with your website, okay, you're not getting anything, results from your website, it's time to ramp up your call to actions and make it obvious, easy to find, and simple to complete. Well, I'll talk about more about that later. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I would recommend. Include a call to action on every page. In fact, during my marketing classes, I always tell my learners, include a call to action on all content that you release to the market. There must be an intention. There must be a call to action for all content. Okay, so make sure that your forms have fewest possible number of fields, to complete. Auto-complete fields whenever possible. I've seen forms that ask me 2015 questions. Oh, goodness. Get them to share with you their name, the email address, the contact number. That's it. That's all you need. Get whatever other extra information you need later. Get them in with you first. You get what I mean? Once they're in with you, whatever, you can check with them later. Yeah. Tailor the call to action on the page that is on. So make sure that if you're selling, if you're doing, for example, dental services, if you are doing cosmetic dental services, that has to have their own call to action. If you're doing tooth extraction, that have to have their own call to action, etc., etc. Yeah, so don't have a common call to action for everything. Contact us, call us. It's a waste of time. For your next tooth filling, call us at this number, or fill up this form, or chat with us via WhatsApp, via Messenger, or whatever. Okay, so use strong verbs and wording that make it clear that what the user will get if they complete your form. Make sure it doesn't need to be a reward all the time. Yeah, So, but make sure after they complete the form, somebody follows up with the with the information that you have gotten from the call to action. Okay, so your call to action should not only be the only way for people to get in touch with you. I like to add in things like messenger chat, which is hugely popular, or WhatsApp chat. But the issue with applications like WhatsApp, WeChat, Line, whatever you have, is that they are generally, local based. So certain countries or certain cities in the world, they may prefer WhatsApp. Certain cities, other cities and others in the world, they may prefer Line. Other countries, some countries in Asia, they prefer Line. So it's very hard for you to establish a single one for all. Very hard. So if you have a chatbot installed, that will be fantastic. Because that can be the source or the way for your potential clients or customers to contact you. So you may want to invest in a chatbot if you could. Okay, think about it. Okay, number 6, you may want to include a contact us option in your header or footer, and include your email address or phone number on every page if you can. Or rather you should for me personally, make it easy for people to find you, make it easy for people to contact you. I hate it when, if I go through a website, I'm so convinced by their product and services, and end up I have to go and find how to contact them. Yeah, so make it easy for people to find you and contact you. Yeah, that's the rule of the thumb. Okay, the point is you want to make it easy, yeah? So you do not want to complicate matters so that it makes it so tough for people to reach you. Yeah. Okay, so number 7, building multiple landing pages. Okay, so a common mistake is for local business owners, or in fact, a lot of businesses, in fact, even big companies that I've worked with, they make their website, their website, they don't think about a landing page, or they don't think about creating multiple landing pages. So they put every single product they have on their homepage. Okay, not a bad thing if you have 1 or 2 products. If you have 100 or 200 products, it's going to be a huge pain. First thing first, to load your homepage, because it's going to be very slow. Second is for people to find out, because they may not be, okay, example, if you're a telco company, you're selling mobile phones, you're selling mobile plans, you're selling broadband plans, etc., etc. If I am just looking to change my SIM card, I would prefer to reach a SIM card landing page. Simple as that. Yeah. I will share examples. Usually I'll share examples during my face-to-face classes or Zoom classes. So if you're interested, hit me up to find out my next class. Okay, each landing page should be specific to a common search query. Example I've mentioned just now. If the telco company, they are selling mobile phones, they should have specific landing pages for each individual brand model mobile phone. Simple as that. If you want to make money, don't be lazy. If you want to be lazy, don't expect to make money. Simple as that. Okay, because it can be confusing if you try to pack too much information onto a single page. And that is the flaw of a lot of companies out there. A lot. And they keep insisting that is the best way. Okay? Until you prove to them statistically, when we revamp websites for companies, after we revamp the websites, we show them the stats, we show them the conversions, then they realize that they should have done it yesterday. No, years ago, in fact. Okay, so for example, if somebody comes to your website looking for tires, if they're looking to change the motorcycle tires, they shouldn't need to go through the tons and tons of contents about the mufflers, the brakes, the lights, etc. So they would just want tires. Simple as that. That's one example. So HubSpot, according to their research, it shows that the businesses with 30 or more landing pages perform best in organic search and lead generation. Not forgetting, if you're talking in the perspective of search engine optimization, If you have multiple landing pages, specific landing pages, you do link back to your homepage as well, and that gives you a ranking signal. Yeah. Okay, so 30 may be might be too many for some businesses, but you should be giving some thought to create specific landing pages or that speaks directly to a searcher's intention and needs. Okay, so not to waste the searchers the visitors time. Okay, so number 8, focus on the user experience or the UX or the UE, UI today, user experience. Okay, creating a great user experience on your site isn't a direct lead generating strategy, but it's something that will help keep the visitors on your site for long, to keep your visitors on your visitors to your site long enough, so that they can respond to your call to actions. If your website gives a terrible user experience, they are not going to stay, even if you have the best products in the world. Get what I mean? So creating the right user experience includes creating clear, easy to find menus that appear on every page of your site. Be consistent if you can. Every page should be serving the same menu if you can. Your landing page should be pointing to your home page as well. So if you have specific landing pages that you created without a general menu, it should at least link back to the home page. Okay, using a lot of white spaces to make your content easy to read. I've seen so many websites that are so overpopulated that I do not know where to find what to read. Okay, so breaking up text with images help. If you can, breaking up text with videos helps too. Using short and easy to remember or easy to read sentences. Don't use bombastic words. You are not teaching English. You are not running an English class. As much as possible, don't use bombastic words. Use easy to understand words. If you can, build a system of internal links. Okay, build a silo of internal links if you can. If you understand that. If not, go read up on an SEO or go and attend an SEO class. Okay, so when users enjoy being on your site, they will stick around, and in fact, they will come back. So it's difficult if it's difficult for them to find what they need, you will lose them. So the patience of visitors commonly now. We used to wait for back in the 96, 97, where there wasn't any Google Chrome, there were Netscape, and all loading was so slow. We have the patience of about 2 minutes for a homepage to load. Today, you're lucky if you get 20 seconds. Yeah, you're lucky. Average, you probably should have your homepage load within 2 seconds. That is my personal guide. So if your homepage is loading, takes more than 2 seconds to load, it's time to redesign your homepage or get a new host. Okay, so use your content to generate leads. That's number 9. One of the best ways to generate leads is to create content that sells your business and makes people want to buy from you. Set your unique selling proposition in your content as much as you can. You can do that by choosing meaningful blog topics that allow you to demonstrate your expertise and talk about solutions that you provide. So today, unless the person already knows your brand or knows what they want, they are searching for answers to their issues or problems most of the time. So if you are able to demonstrate your expertise and provide solutions to them, explaining the solutions along the way, you can probably attract more customers. Okay, so come out with topics by asking what problems does my business solve? Why do people need help with that problem? What's different? What's different between about my business versus my competitors? What surprising benefits comes with patronizing my business versus my competitors, etc. Okay, so providing answers to these questions will ensure that you're giving your readers the kind of content that they crave for. Okay, number 10, you can actually expand the reach of your blog by sharing your posts on social media and repurposing your blog posts, such like creating it as a video, creating it into infographics, etc., etc. Not a big fan of infographics. In fact, I hate infographics. The creation of it, I love reading them, but I don't like creating them. If you can do some videos, or if you have a big blog content, break it down into several pieces or parts. Use image to represent those information and link back to your content. Okay, so there you have a lot of internal links to do. There's no reason that your website can't be generating leads every day. So if you work hard enough, you generate enough leads to your landing pages and all, you'll find that your leads will get more and more as your campaign gets longer and longer. You will find your leads getting more and more. Okay, so these tips are what we these tips that we have outlined here will help you take your listless, lackluster site and turn it into a lead generating superhero, hopefully. So if you want to, feel free to hit me up. I can share more content, share more information with you. Sharing information is always free for me. Okay, so if you're interested to know how to get up to 250% more conversion to your website, again, with one simple 10-minute strategy, use the URL on the screen now, or send me an email at hey@editio.com, and we can take it from there. Lastly, okay, so don't just listen to what I've said. Don't just listen to what I've shared with you. Take action. Do something today. Not do something tomorrow. Do something now if you can. Don't just sit there. Okay, so this presentation is by myself. My name is Eddie. You can reach me actually at editio.com. That's my website. And then you can also reach me via WhatsApp. That's my preferred way to contact me, or you can email me at hey@editio.com. Okay, till my next presentation, this is Editio. Thank you very much for staying with me. Signing out. Cheers.